Let me just recap us.
A dare. What about Dad?
Okay. All right.
What a...
Jen.
What about Dad?
Podcast.
Ladies, gentlemen, welcome back. 304 Wynonna Earp. Yes, I am here for it. No cure for crazy. You know, that's what I've been told a lot in my life. Jen, how are we doing this week? How are you going? How are you doing?
I'm great. I'm having some virtue cider on the cast.
Nice. Tasty, refreshing. It is hotter than hell's mouth in New York right now. It's just so muggy. It's so gross. It's just like sitting. You know when you've gone drinking for a long time, you wake up the next morning and it just feels like something died in your mouth? Well, that's New York right now, at this moment.
It's a sweaty kind of ass swass.
It's just like
today.
swamp ass city. It's just not okay. If we've painted the picture, it's still worse than the picture we painted.
We painted the picture. I hope you
enjoyed that visual. All right, so this episode was actually pretty awesome. I am so happy that we are back on the good foot with this show. Not that we were ever really truly off of it, but man, it was a drag down downer for the last 2 episodes. They gave us a little pep for the first 301, and then these last 2 have been a hot mess because they're hard to get through. But now we've gone over that hump. We have buried Agent Dolls. We have gone and done our due diligence, and now we can really get back to the show.
The last 2 episodes felt like a Sarah McLachlan infomercial about puppies and cats.
In the arms of an angel, fly away from here. I'm sorry. Copyright.
Sorry, I was gonna let you go. I was gonna let you go with
This is
it.
gonna get very dramatic. I was gonna get my wind machine on. Yes, I have a wind machine. Anyways,
Just for her hair.
just for my fro, very much so. But yeah, no, it was a bummer, and now we're kind of finally back in this kind of territory of like fun, and we're getting into the lore back again. You know, I don't mind learning about these individuals because it's fun, but what I miss is like the demon lore. What's up with purgatory? That is what I've been really interested in, and we had been missing for a while because we've been so invested in each character. So let's break down the characters today. This episode had guest stars Justin Kelly, aka the new Gaby Robert, and Zoe Palmer, and she should need no introduction, but she's playing Jolene, our demon of the day.
Also just Dr. Lauren Lewis. There it is.
Let's be honest, you know? Or Android, depending on which show you watched. Either way, you got all of it. But let's start with our leading love lady, Wynonna. Jen, what do you want to talk about with Wynonna? How'd you feel?
I have continuing conflict with highs and lows with Wynonna. I think it was really fun the way the episode opened with her and Doc having this flirtatious moment. In fact, we haven't seen that in some time. But what bothered me was that the pretense to that in the prior episode, we'd just seen Doc hooking up with Contessa. Now here he is poking his pistol into Wynonna, and I just was like, I don't know how I feel about that. I feel like I cannot get on board with these flirtatious moments when you have those moments before with Wynonna. It's like, yeah, it was somebody else. It's like, will they, won't they? I also felt like the exchange between them. It's a little fun. It's flirty. It's sexual until it isn't. When it's revealed this baby cradle that Doc seemingly whittled away at with I'm sure like an old army Swiss knife or a Bowie knife. That's what he would whittle with. So Wynonna is now dealing with the fact that without dolls, no one knows that she was deputized, and the Black Badge has ceased to send them their unit funding. And so there's a guy, one of the suits from corporate is in town, and he is there to check up on the paperwork. And Natalie has been covering for Wynonna and covering up her involvement with the law for quite some time. It's almost to the extent where he is baffled and he doesn't know how much more he can do it.
Yeah. I mean, they're broke, you know? They real broke. Like, they so broke. I love the fact that they're using flip phones and, like, for communication, because, like, did Black Badge, them losing money from Black Badge, blow up all their usual cell phones? I'm confused as to why now all we have is
I'm so confused by this plot line because I was pretty sure that they were not, you know, working harmoniously with Black Badge. They weren't working as a team with Black Badge. I was pretty sure that Black Badge was sending people last season to kill them. So why would then Black Badge continue to fund them? It makes zero sense. I don't understand this.
I don't know. They're bargaining
they are
chips
at a-
dead, yeah.
They are completely out of bullets, so much so that they are spread thin, finding them in the homestead. Yeah. So that point of the story, I think it was put in place to set up more Nedley than it was, and Wynonna is merely like a plot device in this instance.
I think it was a lot. I think it was a little bit of the Nedley thing, but I also think kind of going further, it's starting to showcase Wynonna as the leader. We all know she is. It's her name on the credits. But like before, she relied on dolls to be kind of the pack leader, and she still was kind of, even though she's the head of it, she was still following, you know? And now this is another moment where we don't have dolls to sweet talk the corporate suits. We need Wynonna. You know, Nedley's looking tired. He can't explain everything all the time, and you know, he is getting worn out. But this was her chance to showcase her kind of her leadership and how much she's grown, which I think is interesting. With that growth, she's also dealing with her mom, you know, and dealing with Waverly trying to be the bigger sister, trying to be way more supportive and stuff like that, and going, you know, like, it's gonna be okay, you can go see mama when you're ready, or like just dealing with her mom in general and taking, you know, kind of the bull by the horns. I mean, we see her, well, I mean, obviously this Mama Earp thing, this particular episode was more Waverly based, but towards the end of the episode, you know, she's standing up for her sister. Oh, hell no, her mom didn't try to kill her. Like, she doesn't care if it's her mom or not. She was gonna go kill her mom for Waverly. You know, she was gonna go fight her for Waverly, which shows a huge growth. I mean, still very Wynonna, but like, she's not letting another part of her team, her family, her heart die or be killed off, you know?
I think you bring up a good point. Wynonna has definitely decided who is her family, and her family consists of Waverly, not her mother.
Mm-hmm.
We get that in the form of a flashback in this episode, which shows you exactly the moment before Wynonna, when she was younger, going off into the world, going to Greece. She goes to visit her mother, and it shows you the moment she decided to tear away the seams of that familial relationship. I questioned whether we needed the flashback, because as a viewer, I got the sense that I understood that Wynonna was completely fractured based off the fact that she had not visited her mother in quite some time. We'd not heard of her mother until this season. So in that regard, I think Wynonna this episode is being a fabulous supportive system, the emotional support to her sister. And I really enjoyed that opening scene when she tells her, baby girl, you're strong enough, go see mom. She really puts confidence in Waverly. And whenever Wynonna's doing that, you have a stronger Waverly. You have a Waverly who's less inclined to be taken down by a revenant, you know. I talked about it last week, you know, but moving on.
You know, when Mama Earp saw Waverly, you can see how much love, and this is one, again, Megan follows, this is her just amazing acting, of seeing Waverly and going, oh my God, you're gorgeous, you're my daughter, look how beautiful, and then instantly you see her go, get out of here, go, 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 you know. And I think that's really interesting that we had that, you know, and to see that in Mama Earp. What did you think about Mama Earp now, like, once we finally started getting more into the meat of her existence?
I predicted that she would be out of jail sooner rather than later, and that we'd see a more sane side of her, and I think that's exactly what they're giving us. Didn't think they were going to waste the actress being total crazy all the time.
No.
I just feel like at this point, she knows a lot of information, but it doesn't make sure for her to wear it so tight to her vest, because this information would help her daughters, and she clearly loves Waverly, and I think she loves Wynonna as well. And
Absolutely.
she's made this huge sacrifice for her daughters, but now that Wynonna is the heir, why wouldn't she just completely be on board with expelling all the information she knows about demons? It makes zero sense in this regard, unless, of course, Waverly was in danger, but even then, she would know that Wynonna's the heir. Wynonna's embraced who her history is. The moment she found this out, the moment Wynonna showed up at the prison with Peacemaker. So, I think they should all be on the same team, and I think it's an unnecessary conflict.
Yeah, it's a complication that kind of doesn't need to be there, you know? It's like, easily, even Waverly, I mean, she's been studying, and I'm sure Gus told her something, you know, about these demons, and she's been interested in it, but it's like, hey, a demon's after your sister. Everybody would be on board. She has a whole team that'll be down to protect her. Even, like, you know, Waverly being all like, Mom's trying to kill me. It's like, I mean, technically she's not trying to kill you, but, like, if her mom would have just said, hey, boo, there's a demon after you, we would not have this issue. But, you know, it's a TV show, and we need conflict. Speaking of Waverly, and, you know, as you do, way hot, they gave us once again in these moments of the beginning being interesting, and with Robert finding the tree in the forest, and then we go into Nedley, and then we kind of these serious moments. So nice to see some cute, super cute. Makes my heart hurt because it's so adorable. Way hot. You know, loved the group hug between Nicole, Wynonna, and Waverly. You know, Waverly is so the glue to this buddy cop duo that's why hot. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I've been playing with names. Why hot? Nona hot? Non-hot? Why question mark? Hot. I'm ready for it. I'm ready to, like, come up with different buddy cop drama names for Wynonna and Nicole.
I'm here for, like, a sci-fi movie with just them.
Without dolls, Wynonna needs a partner to kick ass with, and Nicole brings that, like, mature aspect to the team. She only wants one beer, and after that, she wants water so she can drive.
You know, it's so true. You know, I think it's really great, this kind of dynamic. And I mean, even though I'm sad Dolls is gone, I do appreciate that now Nicole is the only other, besides Nedley, but you know, we know he's on his way out, is the only other law enforcement that has respect and has that kind of authority. And even though, you know, she's still like, you're dating my sister, so I'm still suspect of you.
But that's what makes the buddy cop so fun, is that she's dating her sister, and it's like, at the end of the day, they still have to be like sister-in-laws. It's the best.
Yeah, it's like the cutest thing.
They could be shippy as fuck, and that's
I'm here for
so much fun. Yes.
I'm sorry, since the first episode of them, like, sitting on the floor looking at those case files, and she, like, grabs her belt, which was, like, super gay, and then, like, you know, talking about how, you know, your sister's just trying to make up her mind of who she wants to be. And I'm like, this pairing is just everything. I'm always here for it. But
I really would love a centric, Wynonna and Nicole centric episode that develops these themes. I would love to see that in this season, preferably. Nicole, though, I would really like to just talk real quick about clothing. Because we were talking about Nicole and Waverly in this episode. I truly enjoyed both of their looks. In the opening scene, I enjoyed both of their looks. I feel like Nicole's come a long way. You know, like, she started off with that like nerdy khakis and a big Curious George hat. She was the man in the yellow hat with the woman in the yellow hat. She started off with that. I like the hat. It's cute. You know, only her and Carl can pull it off. Carl from The Walking Dead. But now she's really evolved. And last year she was channeling the inner Alex Danvers, AD, when she was learning how to fight. And in my head, she learned how to fight last year.
Clearly.
This season, I really am liking the lighter navy blue top and the darker pants. I think, and then she has like they've embraced the fact that it's winter. They're acknowledging it on the show. Whereas like in the past, you've seen Wynonna in like a little leather jacket and it's fucking below 20 in Toronto or in Vancouver, right? So it's just like a lot of the times the show has a tendency to underdress their cast in terms of jackets. So I just feel like they're finally embracing the fact that it's fucking cold in Vancouver, Calgary.
Yeah.
And even though Purgatory is supposed to exist somewhere in the States, right?
I don't know. It's kind of like between the Rockies and like not. You know what I'm saying? But
I see. I see.
I mean, I'm glad that the costume department has really like decided to be more specific. I like that each season, at least Nicole's outfits, make sense for her because they were in the first season trying to really do a like a real heavy on the Western. Now I mean, they still have Western, but it's more like Doc kind of bringing that Western flair plus Peacemaker, you know? It's less kind of Western with her. And then they had the whole, well, I'm hanging out with dolls and being kind of Black Badge, maybe not. So they gave her more of a Black Badge kind of feel. And then that didn't happen, you know? And now she has this kind of like, this feels very Purgatory / Nicole. I have my beanie, Soup's gay beanie. I have this blue thing. I have these boots. She looks like she's gonna rappel on a mountain anytime. She looks more sporty, more wilderness. I called it wilderness ranger hot.
Ranger chic.
Yeah, ranger chic, because this season we're taking place a lot more of the themes are in the forest and outside, and this huge forest, and the fact that it's changing and interesting is being utilized. So it makes sense that her clothes also reflect her job, if you will. She's more in the forest now, so now it looks more appropriate. I don't know. Waverly, I love her outfit, the white outfit, and I just love her bang. She's adorable.
You know,
Patootie.
she looked amazing in this episode. I loved her white outfit, and it really, to me, calls back. It was a call to like the fact that she's the historian in the group. She's wearing like a librarian kind of top, and it really reflects that. That's what she originally was. She was the one who cared about the lore and held it close to her. And here we are, season 3, and it still calls back to that. And I really enjoyed her look. I like the bangs. It's working for me. They just looked great. They finally looked great. Last season, Nicole's hair was brighter red, and she wore some like funky pink 80s jacket for like a couple of episodes. And I was ready. I was ready for a new look, ready for new digs. So yes.
Yeah. You know, and then talking about them individually, my God, what a episode for Waverly, you know, all this heaviness, you know, that's what I like about the Way Hot thing. It was very light. And then we got dragged back into the heaviness, you know, with her dealing with her mom. You know, we have these flip phones and all that stuff. And actually we started with Waverly being adorable, because how cute is her meeting her long lost gay bestie from high school. I love the fact that she was so proud of herself about introducing him to Jeremy. The only thing is, why didn't she introduce Nicole? Like, oh, this is my girlfriend Nicole. Last time our high school Gaby saw her, she was with Champ, you know? So why didn't she just go, oh, this is my girlfriend? And he could have been like, what? Again? She's like, you know, could have been all like, have a little sister moment, you know, which would have been cute. But, you know, whatever. I just think it would have been a nice little moment that they passed over.
I can't wait in the future episodes for the double dates. It's going to be amazing. And then
oh my God.
For
Jennifer.
Wynonna to be the fifth wheel, that is going to be so good.
Jennifer, we need a double date scenario with, I'm calling it #robbery, because they're stealing our hearts, Robert and Jeremy. And then like Way Hot. Could you imagine? It's a Way Hot robbery. Oh, I'm dead.
You can name the episode that.
I'm here for it.
I really love that they have no monies, so they have to use flip phones for whatever reason. They have these flip phones, and Nicole has that passing line where she's like, and erase all the pictures of you and Chip.
Well, yeah. I think actually that was Wynonna, but you know what's interesting? This is like the 3rd time they've mentioned Champ.
Oh, I know, right?
And I wonder if he's going to come back just like for funsies. But like, it is interesting how, you know,
That's a good point.
Nicole's still a little jealous of Champ.
I love it. I love jealous Nicole.
Waverly is a little bit jealous of Nicole. But I also love the fact that these two girlfriends can acknowledge when there's a hot woman without getting like jealous of each other. I mean, I think because the whole like Nicole had a wife and Waverly kissed somebody else, I think they're finally past that idea of like, she might cheat on me. It's like, she tried it. It's not gonna happen. She had an ex-wife. It ain't gonna happen. But like now, you know, with Kate or Contessa, they're like, oh, she's hot. It's like, that's the 2nd time you said hot. You know, I think it's really funny that they have that rapport. But Going
I
back to
think
Waverly,
I think that Champ would be my favorite number one guest star returning, coming back
'cause it's
right
so-
after Willa, because I really want to see Willa back as well.
just to prove a point, because Willa. But Waverly being dramatic with her mom and getting that flip phone call, like what are the odds, the timing? You know what I'm saying? And
That's too convenient.
obviously,
Right there. That's like one of those wins where shit
Yeah.
just is too convenient to push the plot along. You know?
Mhm. But then we go see her. Like I said, one of my favorite moments is just them seeing each other for the first time in 20 years. And I think it's just like, God, has to be heartbreaking as a mother to give your child away because you know something bad's going to happen. Seeing them and then, having that moment. Although I have to admit, Waverly was a little too dramatic with the whole, my mom's trying to kill me. Ah! It's like, she wasn't trying to kill you. I mean, I get it. You've seen worse. But like, I think that's the first time we've really seen Waverly again kind of revert back to this child in, her mom, and trying to look forward to that. But
I think the most scared I've ever been on the show was the very last scene of this episode where the mom. It wasn't the last scene. I take that back. It was like second to last scene where Waverly is confronting her mom. And her mom's like, she's here, and then Waverly turns around. There's like a demon face. That literally scared the shit out of me. I had a ring moment. I was like, she came through the TV.
I mean, it was intense, but I love the fact that this is the first time we've seen Waverly with Mama, and I love just the two actresses' chemistry. Instantly, you're like, yep, I believe they're family. Boom, I'm here for it. Nicole, I love the fact that she was so supportive and such a good rock for Waverly in this moment, because she found out a lot of stuff. Nedley telling her about her mom and what really happened in the fire, and just having the idea that somebody's trying to kill you and being scared. I mean, I love the fact that she just had her girlfriend there. I also, oh, Nicole. She has the ring of Balshar she has to get rid of. Children, science lesson. When snow meets sun, what does it do? Melts. Yes, that's very good. So why would you throw a ring in the forest
An
where
evil
it's
ring.
snowing?
An
An evil ring, excuse me. in a forest that's quite creepy. In snow. You didn't bury it in dirt. But the snow's gonna melt. Someone's gonna find the damn ring. Also, it's a creepy moving forest. No me gusta. No me gusta at all.
Also, it's just like one of those out of character moments for Nicole. She's a
Also,
woman who keeps a bungee jump and some climbing material in her trunk just in case. So why would she throw an evil ring into the forest where evil shit has been happening? Just last week, there was an evil revenant in that, or 2 weeks ago, forest who had seemingly been there for ages. And you know what? The time and place to throw an evil ring. Can I tell you when that is?
When is
Somewhere.
that?
When you're dangling on the edge of a ravine, staring down death, and there's a water flowing beneath you and jagged rocks. You throw it in the water so at least it degrades in the salt, or maybe flows down the river, or maybe falls over a waterfall, or gets buried in some fish shit. That is the time to get rid of a ring.
You're right. I mean, I get it. You're real right. And a few things with Nicole in this episode, one of them being like kind of two separate moments in the episode. One, I love the fact that they put her in a unicorn shirt when she was in her house making tea for Waverly. How adorable. But why can't she hear the voice on the tape that Doc heard? I feel like she has a link to Balshar, so she should hear it, because so does Mama Earp and so does Doc, but we'll talk about that in a minute. Wonder why she doesn't hear it as well. But also, the biggest thing for me is we're prepping Nicole to be the sheriff. Nedley's gonna step down, and Nedley's gonna, I think, really kind of hand it over to her. Going back to what?
Imaginary situation. Are you ready for it?
Yes, I am.
Nicole becomes the new sheriff. She has to hire a new underling deputy to take her old spot. After all, we need to keep the sheriff department going. Who, from any other show, universe actress / actor, becomes Nicole's new deputized officer for Purgatory?
Oh,
Go.
God. I don't even know.
Who's available?
Who's available in Canada right now?
I have one. I have one already. So lined up.
Who?
It's Haria from Shannara. Bam!
Ooh.
All right, who do you want?
Oh, I like that.
Shoot, you're so good.
I mean, they've already met each other because the fandom.
She lives in Canada. They're all Canada.
Well, I'm saying like they've already met in the fandom, so maybe Elise Bowman from Carmilla, who plays Laura. I'm here for it.
She'd be so perfect.
I'm here for it because she is already becoming, doing a lot more physicality and like, heavy stuff, so she can still be funny and she won't be as perky.
Nicole nepotized her little sister, Danny from
or
Carmilla.
have Sharon Bell from Carmilla as well be, somewhere. I think that she should be Nicole's sister somehow. I know her family died in a fire, but she has parents. Maybe there's a lost long sister or cousin or something that looks just like, something. I'm here for it. With Nicole though, there's another thing that I thought was interesting. It's like the whole Nicole, like I said, being there for Nedley, because I kind of want to switch to Nedley's and like possibly giving her this promotion. Man, Nedley is going through the ringer. He got his ass kicked by Mercedes' widow, and he is seeing demon rodeos, and he's lost a sheriff due to vampires, and he is just going through it. I kind of wish I knew more about why he was tired. Like, I wish I could have seen a little bit more sprinklings of, like, you can see him getting fatigued, but I understand. I still think that this goes in correlation to my theory of Nedley being the one who saved Nicole at the festival. He has always been watching the girls because he feels like he almost betrayed Mama Earp by arresting her. I think that he's absolutely in love with Mama Earp. I think that he might have hated Wyatt because he drank and was a piece of shit. And I think that Nedley, being the good guy he is, makes sense. I think that when he retires and the demons are all at rest with Mama Earp, that he gets with Mama Earp and retires. I think that, we call him Daddy Nedley, Papa Nedley or whatever, Sheriff Dad, if you will. And I
Sheriff
think
Dad and Mama Earp.
You ship it. Cute. I think it'd be so cute.
Ship it.
Because he's spent a lot of his life protecting the girls while their mother was gone, or at least trying, and I think that him searching for Nicole to become a sheriff to Purgatory, it wasn't a coincidence that he was looking for her. I think that he saved her, if he's watching the girls, the Wynonna girls, the Earp girls, he might have also been watching Hot, and keeping tabs, because he seems like a person who knows a lot more than people give him credit for, and I think that would be nice, and I think that he would almost become the new kind of Gus, where it's like a helping hand, father figure for those who don't have one, and I think that'd be good.
I feel like it's so foreshadowed that Nicole is going to take over the sheriff's station that I wonder if it's not going to happen, just because it's so foreshadowed. And this is just wildly, I'm thinking it in this moment, came from nowhere but my butt. But I feel like Nicole, it's just the obvious next step, and I would love to see it happen. But we also have the presence of Ramon Quinn, who's going to be in town. Somebody who is legitimately from Black Badge, who, if you looked up his credentials, would be somebody who was FBI. This could be a potential new deputized.
I don't think that would definitely go for this. I don't
like it.
I don't think so either. Just because Nedley flat out told her that he was grooming her to be the sheriff. It'd be different if he never brought it up or something like that. Also, he doesn't really care for Black Badge. He liked dolls because he learned how to love him, but he didn't really care for Black Badge, so I don't think that'd be a thing. But yeah, I really find that just Nedley's very fascinating, and I want a little bit more fatherliness with him and Nicole, and just prep. We've said it a few times. I think it's gonna happen. Maybe not this season, or something's gonna happen. I don't know. Maybe it's gonna happen.
I do have one last point about Nedley before we move on. Just real quick. I think it's good and bad if Nedley moves on. I would love to see Nicole take over the job and be a bigger, prominent officer role in the Purgatory community. But what Nedley brings to the show, something that we've been missing since season 1, is a sense of the pedestrian world of Purgatory. It's beginning to feel all supernatural, or it's felt just all supernatural crime fighting for a while. And when you have that, you don't have the layer of the town that leans over it, that gleams over it. You kind of lose something. It's almost like the analogy where you don't have really Supergirl unless you have a Kara Danvers. You don't really have a Purgatory unless you have a pedestrian world. So yeah. I think if they do lose Nedley, or if he leaves the show, or for whatever reason pulls back, they should do more episodes that incorporate who these other town people are. We don't have Gus, we don't have Nedley. The Mercedes Widow last season really brought some of that pedestrian world and the supernatural. I think I'd like to see, again, more of just the town of Purgatory.
Yeah, because, the town is also afflicted by revenants and different stories. And
they're living in it.
Nedley's daughter and, just different things. It would be interesting to see what other people in the town act like, Moving on to Jeremy real quick, because he was talking about Robert. I'm going to do a little double take of Robert and Jeremy.
We can do that together,
yeah. Love the first date, super cute. Love the fact that these two kind of geeky, adorable babies are, meeting each other. I think it's great. I think that Jeremy in this episode was, he did his job. One big thing that Jeremy is doing, and they keep alluding to it, and I cannot wait until it's more fleshed out, is his, groin powers, I call it. He feels bad things in his nether regions. Mind you, he had said last episode to Wynonna that Black Badge also experimented on him. Doll saved him from this car crash when he should have died, whatever. There's a lot to Jeremy. He has a power. Don't know why, don't know how, don't know what it is, but I can't wait until it's fleshed out. When he's on this date with Robert and he steps on the stairs, he goes, I just have a feeling in an area that's not creepy at all that you shouldn't touch those stairs, And that's an even clearer indication that it's not just a gut intuition. He does have a gift of something. Yeah. Anything?
He has a feeling in his growing, and it's not that carne asada burrito he had from lunch. Hey!
It's not. And I love Robert.
Powers. He has.
It's true. I love Robert, this little Gaby. He is so cute. He's like a ranger, but not. I have a lot of questions about this new guy, Robert. He has a sick father. Okay, we haven't seen his father. What's that about? Where has he been? He was coughing up black blood. What is that about? Is he evil? Is he dying? Did the tree cause the blood? Because he licked it, the blood. I don't know. Did he have it to begin with and he's always known he's sick? Jin mentioned something, and I thought it was kind of a cool possibility. What if Balshur is his father?
You're my father.
How creepy is that? How wild is that? Look, stranger things have happened in this town.
The son of the devil.
Exactly. How wild would that be if you are the son of the devil and the only reason why he came back to Purgatory because he's been in hell, maybe, Very much like, what's that? What is that Greek history where the wife is chained to the devil and she can come up every 2 years or something like that, but she's pretty much stuck in hell?
Persephone.
Yeah, Persephone. It's something like that, maybe. That'd be kind of cool. I just found their adorableness great. It's a nice levity because now that we have more of a domesticated, more mature way hot, we don't have that cute in between ooh, we're awkward and we like each other stage, which is nice to see, So
yes.
I'm glad that we have that now. Or again.
I felt that I really enjoyed the dialogue between Roberto and Jaime. And I love their quick back and forth But one of the things I felt was that this bringing in Robert felt a little clunky, felt too convenient. It was find a guy in the forest who really happens to know him of all the wonders in the forest, bring him back to the office. Jeremy happens to be lamenting about his inherent singleness. Boy really's like, by the way, here's a gay person. And Jeremy's like, swipe left myself. I just felt it was too convenient. I had a problem with the way they introduced Robert. I also have a problem with the way they introduced Ramon Quinn. This is the second time. I don't like the way things randomly, seemingly, all conveniently wrap up in a bow just so we can push the plot along. I wish it was a little bit more seamless. That's what I thought.
I get that. No, I totally understand that. And I mean, they did a great job with Contessa or Kate's character, kind of bringing her in. But it
Slowly.
slowly. But like these
Yeah.
two characters did feel a little bit choppy bringing them in. I mean, I'm here for it, but
The
like,
scene
yeah,
was great. Yeah, the scene,
Absolutely.
the acting, the scene was great. The flirting was great. I've been waiting for that boyfriend.
And
I've
we
been
all now know
shipping
that
it.
he is the potato licker, so that's going to be fun to watch next episode. I want to move on to Doc, and then our guest star of this episode, real quick.
I'm
I
so
know.
excited.
So Doc, he has a pep in his step. He's sleeping with his new wife, or his ex-wife, or his old wife, whatever you want to say. Not a big fan. Doc's not really impressing us right now, and it's not because we don't like Doc. It's just like, to me, he's wishy-washy.
It's not the deal with the devil either. It's the bemoaning and moaning and the out of characterness and just like I don't know the choppiness between things. Like he was married to this Contessa. They bang. He's pushing his pistol into Wynonna, and flirting. And then it's just every other episode. He's not growing.
Yeah, and it's kind of it's at least emotionally he's not growing. I don't know. There's something weird about it. I do like the fact that I mean I do and I don't, but I will say mostly do. Like the fact that Balshar kind of comes to him and is like, "I'll alleviate your pain," because Dolls flat out said you're only being good because you're afraid of hell, not because you want to be good. And now Balshar is putting that sentiment to the test. He's like, work for me, be a spy, because I can make sure you don't go to hell. So now he's going to flip, because I know a lot of people love Doc. And a lot of people, are here for the Doc and Wynonna. But since the beginning, he says himself several times that he is not a good man. We've seen the flashbacks of him being a complete dick. He is not a hero. He's an anti-hero. He is a hero when it suits him. He's even said, I've given up immortality for you people. And he's still kind of bitter about that. He didn't just do it to really help and be selfless. He was like, I mean, yeah, I know I have to, but he hates it, So like, I don't know.
His man pain is the least interesting thing on the show right now. That's just how I felt about it.
But I am happy that he is like, I mean, I'm down for the fact that Doc is finally going to be a bad guy again, because I've always liked the fact that he's not going to always be good. I've been waiting for him to go back to being kind of a dick, because I found that he had more agency in his assholery than he does when he's like, oh, I'm so in love and I'm amazing. I want to see him be the kind of rogue, badass gunslinger he was in the first season again, I want him to go through something other than just his kid. Like, I just need to see him go through it,
His gun at this point feels so diminutive. It feels like he just, like when he had it and he aims it at Bolshar, he knows it's not going to do anything, and I just feel like that is a huge metaphor for what this character is, and I'm not really enjoying any of his stuff. Like, if they go bad with him, I think they commit to it, have him even be excommunicated from the group, if you will, and give him a redemption arc that lasts 2 to 3 seasons. Then I'll be reinvested. If that's who he is, if he's the Lex Luthor, Smallville, kind of redeemable, irredeemable, bad guy gone good, or good guy going bad, I just feel like do it over. You got to play the long game if you want to go bad, or else I just don't believe it, and I feel like it's out of character.
Yeah, and him being so good these last few seasons have felt to me out of character. I'm like, wow, you really just gave it up for that vagina, didn't you? All right, cool.
He
But
really does.
you know, he's like, and now I'm reformed. And I'm like, I want to see you struggle with that still. I want to see him struggle with being light, you know, because he does have darkness. That's why he went to hell. You know what I'm saying? So I want to see that conflict more so than just talk about it. But anyways, and also, like I said earlier, the connection between Doc and Mama, he can hear the voice on the video, on the cassette tape. So why can he hear it? Mama's been hearing all these voices, and I'm 100% sure she also heard the voice on the cassette, but they have a connection of bullshit. Hence why I wondered why Nicole couldn't hear it. You know? Is it because he went to hell he can hear it? Is it because, like, why does Mama Earp hear these voices? That's something that's really, I don't know, fascinating to me. And I didn't like the fact that he came in the house all like, where's the booze? I'm so stressed out. It's like, once again, he's worried about himself. And not really like, hey, Waverly, I hear you went and saw your mother who tried to kill you. You know what I'm saying? Or any of it. You know, he's just like, ooh, I went to hell. Like, I don't know. He seems a little self-involved unless it's Wynonna related. And then it's not really about her. It's just about the sex he feels. And then he's sleeping with all these people to like, he's putting his energy in weird places. And I don't get that. Yeah, I don't know. And then we have our guest star, Zoe Palmer. Beautiful, amazing Zoe
Oh
Palmer.
my god.
Playing
I'm so
Jolene.
excited. Yes.
This was I saw the behind the scenes of them talking about this, and I think that was really fun. I can't wait to see next episode. What a weird demon already. Like, at least we saw Ursula and we're like, you know, he's taking the voices away. But like, what is her real power? Baking to death? Like, I don't...
Jolene, I feel like watching this just made me want to go back and rewatch the episode when Bo and Lauren, Bo from Lost Girl, is having her like Faye bar mitzvah, and they go into like a 1940s dream scene. This really, really, really felt very Lost Girl to me. This introductory of Jolene, but in a very good way. And I'm so excited to see this woman on my television screen. So fucking excited. I can't wait to see what they do with this character. And can they please bring Tamsin back? I know they shot her in the head last season, but she wasn't entirely human. So bring her back. Bring them all back.
You know what? I was just thinking about the lyrics to Jolene, of why you like would name her that, and because this whole show is based on lyrics and different show titles.
Oh, Adair. Could you remind us of some of the lyrics from Jolene?
Well, I'm not going to sing them, but I will remind you.
Yes.
What is it? Her breath is, her beauty is beyond compare, with flaming locks and auburn hair and eyes, and emerald eye, or almond eyes, and something of emerald green. Her breath is like something's like a breath of spring. Her voice is soft like a summer rain, and I cannot compete with you, Jolene. I like the fact that, ultimately in the lyrics of Jolene, she's saying that she's an amazing woman. You're going to please don't take my man, because I'm not going to be able to convince him to stay with me.
Yeah.
And I don't think it's about a man. I think that this demon, no one can really compete. She's cooking. She's like Betty Crocker. You know, she's like, look, we have a party. She's the perfect woman. You know, you guys are going to be so entertained that you're going to freaking die because you're so happy. You're going to just die from all my cooking. It's going to be so good. You know, when people go, oh my God, this is so great, I just want to die. Well, that's what it is. She's so amazing. And they're going to be like, she's so great that they're going to want to die. You know, and I think that's going to be kind of the point of her being called Jolene.
I cannot wait for this. She does creepy eyes, creepy everything so well.
Zoe Palmer's so damn good at being a weirdo. I love it.
She's so good. She is so good.
I'm so here for
the
it.
The fact that my theory isn't entirely destroyed. I wanted her to be Nicole's mom, but Anna Silk can still come on the show and be Nicole's mom. That has yet to happen. Or AD Alex Danvers can guest star.
I'm done with you.
Sister from another sister.
I'm done with you. But yeah. So that's ultimately this episode. It's a lot to unpack. I had some theories and some questions for you guys out there. Few theories. If you have not checked out, it's like Alex. I forget her last name, the Aussie girl who does the Les Talks on YouTube. Check out her channel. I'm gonna link a specific episode, you guys, in the descriptions here, because she has a great theory, and I'm 100% on board with it. There's some things that might have a few holes in it, but the ultimate theme makes perfect sense. There's also a Twitter account called Kate's Cards, which breaks down Contessa Kate's tarot cards. And that is very specific, and I think that's very cool because it says a lot about things. One of the big theories that are going around, Alex talked about, and I've seen a few other people chime in, is that Waverly, because we're still trying to figure out what the hell Waverly is. There's clearly a demon trying to kill her. We've now established that everybody's on the same page. Something's trying to kill Waverly. Great. Is that she's a phoenix. She is, we kept saying angel, but, you know, she's a phoenix. My biggest thing is that season 1, I keep saying it, they called Purgatory a sanctuary and a prison. The demons are stuck here, but it's also to protect something. And I think that it's Waverly that they're trying to protect her from. Bobo promised Balshar Waverly. I think that if she is a phoenix, he wants her power so that he can live on forever. That he can keep coming back, that he can keep his power and staying, you know, staying alive. I think that would make sense. Once again, I think that Nedley saved Nicole. And then, yeah, do you have any theories? Because I wanted to get to these questions at the end.
Yeah, my theory is that I don't think that Waverly's ever going to leave Purgatory. There it is. No, really, she's never left it. She gave the baby away last season, but she didn't really leave Purgatory. I don't think she can.
I think they proved it last season.
No, they did, but they didn't, because she, stepped out of it just, one step. The fact that she was doubting whether she could leave it or not implies that she herself was like, can I leave him? I didn't know what's going on. I think that Nicole is on track to, Brigadoon herself, meaning if Waverly stays in Purgatory forever, Nicole will too.
Well, obviously, but...
That's just a random, sometimes you throw enough on the wall, some of it sticks. I think that
she'll definitely stay in Purgatory. They've even the actresses said would never leave. I think she would visit places, but she'll always be in Purgatory. I think that's home, you know?
Yeah.
Question for you guys out there. Please feel free to answer these, because it's just it's so much. What do you think is up with the forest? Why is it shifting? Why are revenants terrified of it? What is being in this particular forest mean? The fact that the fire, Black Badge, burned down the forest that this massacre happened in, but it's already grown as though it never happened. What's the deal with that, you know? Also, why do you think Doc and Mama can hear the voices? What is your theory about their connection and what that means? And who do you think the voice is? Is it Balshar? Is it a different demon? What's the deal? And can somebody, please tell me why Jeremy has, as Jen calls it, what, Jen? What do you call it?
I call it penal powers.
His penal powers, yes.
Super penal power. Bam!
You know, what are those powers? What is that gift? I mean, what do you think the Black Badge did to him to also be, some kind of experiment? What's the deal?
They fucked with his penis.
That sounds so wrong in so many different forms. But anyways, yeah, we have a lot. This episode was a lot to unpack, in terms of characters, but that's what we love about the show, and I'm so pleased that it's back to kind of its regular format and that regular feeling of what the hell's happening? Oh, because there was a lot of things that we thought were going to happen, and then boom, it was different, which caught us pleasantly off guard. So I'm excited. What do you guys think? Make sure you hit us up, please, at Twitter, which is whatabout_dat. I am there. Jen is there. We are there having a good time, and we want to talk to you guys. So hope all is well. And just letting you know, we are going through Podbeam if you guys are looking for your podcast, which it always posts on our iTunes about a day later. So if you want to hear it earlier, make sure you head over to SoundCloud or whatnot, or Podbeam or YouTube. And then if you don't mind, it'll show up the next day in iTunes, just to give you guys that fair warning. Yeah? All right, Jen, you got anything to say for the lovelies outside?
Yes. If you have any questions, maybe you can suggest them We're always looking to answer your questions.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And we are going to be at Comic-Con New York if you want to hang out with us.
Oh,
And
do you have a costume you're gonna dress up as?
I don't have a costume because
Okay.
the one I wanted, it cost too much money and I don't have enough time to make it.
Which one did you want? Just real quick.
I was gonna do a mixture between Ghostbusters and Black Panther. So long story short, assume that like the sister, just imagine Ghostbusters in Africa before they even realized there was a Ghostbusters in New York. And you have the jumpsuit, you have the proton pack, but everything is made out of natural, or everything is made with the materials you would find in Africa. So instead of it being a black jetpack, maybe it'd be onyx, and then you maybe have like vines, and then you would use the what's it called? The mineral that they, oh God, why can't I think of the name? The power that they use for vibranium. There it is. Vibranium would be running the proton pack, and then you would have the African look. It'd be super cute.
I want to be Lady Doc.
You should.
You know? I want to be Lady Doc because I have a jacket, I got a hat, gotta find a good stash.
Hilarious. Although this, you know what? I can go as Countessa.
Yeah, that'd be
I
great.
can absolutely go as Countessa. I have the afro.
And if anyone wants to meet up with us to say hi, we'll be there. Hit us up on Twitter. Maybe we can do a Wynonna meet up.
That'd be kind of cool to see all the New York Earpers out there. All the Lady Docs and all the Countessas.
I'll be like, I'll be a Huckleberry. And Tara, you gotta grab Pearl's right when I say that.
The problem is, Jen is now gonna walk around as Doc, and like at the Comic-Con will be like, "That's my wife," and I'm gonna be like, "I don't know her."
I'm gonna claim all that.
It's gonna be stupid. All right, guys.
We should be Wynonna.
That would also be ridiculous in either case.
I think it'd be great. Black Panther, Wynonna.
No, I'm done with you. Anyways, guys, have a good one. Let us know what you're going to be at Comic-Con if you choose to show up. And we will see you guys later. Have a good one. Hey, guys, thanks for listening. If you want to take us on the go, we are now available on iHeartRadio and iTunes. And if you feel like chit-chatting, feel free to slide on over to Twitter at whatabout_dat. Hope to see you soon.